Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramagurubhyo Srimad Tirtha Bhagavad-Padacharya-bhyo Namaha Narayana Paripurna Gunarnavaya Vispodaya Sthititolayan Niyati Prataya Jnana Prataya Vibhuda Sura Saukya Dukkha Sakkaranaya Vidadaya Namo Namaste. Welcome friends. This is the holy month of Margasesha, called Margali in Tamil. This is the month in which we propitiate and recite the holy hymns from the Mahabharata, which is called the Vishnu Sahasranamam all over, as well as we have also got other hymns which are also being recited this holy month in the early morning to get the grace of the God. This is the month in which the God's grace is coming unto the earth, and it is giving all the grace for the people to get over their sorrows and get into a mode in which they can gather their strength and skill to wonderfully live in this world. One of the sacred hymns that is being recited, one of the sacred hymns that has been given to us by one of the greatest scriptures of the Sanatana Dharma is the Vishnu Sahasranamam. The Vishnu Sahasranamam has been recited by Bhishma to Yudhishthira in the Mahabharata in the chapter called Anusashana Parva. Anusashana Parva is where he is giving advice to Yudhishthira. The circumstances in which the great recital, the great advice, the great knowledge was imparted to Yudhishthira was one of the wonderful circumstances, most electrical and eclectic circumstances in which it has been given, is something to be admired at. After the Mahabharata war and after 18 days of the war, and finally when all of them, the Pandavas, who after the victory were back to take over the kingdom as well as to go about their duties, Yudhishthira was disillusioned because he has lost all the friends, all the relatives, and all those he used to admire, including the preceptor. Everyone has been killed, and even the Pitamaha, the founding father of the entire dynasty, Sri Bhishma Pitamaha, he was on the deathbed, on the bed of arrows, and he was about to leave this world. But at his will, because he has got that particular boon that he can leave leave the body as and when he desires. It is in these circumstances, having done that, what we have achieved, for what we have got this kingdom, what is it going to give it to us? And he was just in a delusion. He was not, in the awe of, getting the kingdom and rule it, that they have got it after a long struggle. That was not the mental state of Yudhishthira. In those circumstances, Sri Vyasa, who is the avatar of Lord Vishnu himself, was otherwise known as Krishna Dvaipayana. He is the Guru. He and the Lord Krishna himself advised Yudhishthira that you should go and talk to Sri Bhishma and get the wisdom from him before he leaves this mortal body. Lord Krishna told him, this is the high time you go and get all the knowledge from him. Otherwise, the knowledge will be lost for the generations. The knowledge will be lost for the mankind as a whole. This is the circumstances, in which, such a recital of Vishnu Sahasranamam has taken place. And Yudhishthira was little skeptical because they are the one who has caused the possible death of everyone, including their Bhishma Pitamaha, who is the founding father of the entire dynasty, who has kept up the entire dynasty, who has developed the entire dynasty, and who has given them all the knowledge, all the wisdom, and all the comforts that is possible for them. You are just wondering how to go and how to meet him. You just imagine the circumstance in which someone has cast the death of a person and he is going to die. At that point of time, you will have to go and get the wisdom from him. It is such an electrical circumstances, the impossible circumstances. Normally in the current world, it was the one in which he has to go and meet the founding father of the dynasty, Bhishma Pitamaha. The Bhishma Pitamaha was very, very pleased to meet the favorite the Pandavas, along with Lord Krishna and the sage Vyasa, with the holy assemblage was there. At that point of time, he was trying to remove the skepticism as well as the delusion of Yudhishthira by narrating a story that he cannot be, or Pandavas cannot be cause for his befallen and forthcoming death. He said, it is something called the destiny which is caused by the respective karma, prarabdha karma of the respective souls. That is the reason for that. He doesn't have to worry about that. He comforted him even on the bed of arrows when he was just about to leave his body. He just comforted the person who is the reason for his possible death. And then he took him as a child and tried to give him the wisdom. When Lord Krishna and sage Vyasa were telling him he wants to get your wisdom, he wants to get your advice, Bhishma was smiling. Lord Krishna was embodiment of all the knowledge available in this world, the other world. He is the creator. He knows that. He is the creator. He is the one who is keeping all of us alive. He is the finally, for redemption, everyone has to go to him. He is asking Bhishma to give such an advice. What is the reason for that? The reason that is alluded is that in the generations, in the lineage, the knowledge will have to flow from generation to generation by the respective fathers, grandfathers, or the great grandfathers, or the person like Bhishma Pitamaha. Normally, in the Upanayanams that is taking place with the sacred thread ceremony of the Sanatana Dharma is there. The Diksha is given by the father. The secret mantra of Gayatri is being recited by the father into the ears of the son. That is how he is supposed to get it. And he has to get the power of the Gayatri in him through the Diksha given by his father. It has to come from a line of succession. And that is what the Lord himself followed in getting Bhishma to give the sagely advice and give all the wisdom, whatever is available to Yudhishthira, through Yudhishthira to the mankind as a whole. Otherwise, this entire knowledge would have been lost. There are two parvas. One is Shanti Parva, another one is Anushasana Parva. In both, he gives the advice to Yudhishthira on various aspects of life, Shanti Parva and Anushasana Parva. First, he gives how to rule the country, that is Rajdharma. The word which we must have heard in the recent past, the Rajdharma was the one which was recited by Bhishma to Yudhishthira to give all the sagely advice how a king should behave, how a king should look after his subjects, how a king should take care of every other being apart from the human beings, how he has to run the country, how he has to have the laws that governs for the good of the people. Not only that, in that Shanti Parva, we are also getting lot of modern views which we are thinking is modern has also been referred to in those sagely advice. In some other advices, because it is said that Dandaniti, one particular advice has been given. Dandaniti is nothing but how you have to, it is the judicial system in which how you will have to give the punishment or whatever is to be given. What is the basis of that? In that, he gives a very sagely advice. You should not unduly punish a innocent person. Just because a person has done something, he and his family should not get affected. At the same time, the punishment should not be disproportionate. Even the capital punishment should be avoided. That has been given in those days in the sagely advice of Sri Bhishma Pitamaha. This is what has been brought out in the Bhashyas, as well as lot of explanation given for the Shanti Parva and Anushasana Parva by the great masters who has written it. From there, we come to know that all modern concepts have already been considered by all those great people, the sages in those days, and that has been given to them. But subsequently, most of the ideas have been degenerated, and some of the other things which have happened is not exactly in line with what has been advised in those powers. Be that as it may, coming to this Vishnu Sahasranamam, what we are talking about, this Nama Sahasram was subsequently given after giving all the advice to the Rajadharma and Dandaniti and all other things he has been. What is the Yudhishthira asks one question. Kimekam Devatam Loke Kimmapekam Parayan. See, he asked the question, who is the deity who has to be praised and who has to be recited, whose grace is required for us to get through the entire rigmarole of the life, how to get through the entire problems that is confronting us in our everyday life, how to manage whatever the mental state that we are getting into and bring the calmness into our mind, and how to elevate ourselves from the dimension in which we are totally perplexed. We are not able to take any decision whatsoever, and we are confounded. We are not able to pursue the right path. We don't know which is the right path when we are confused. And how to get over that? So it is in this context the Bhishma Pitamaha gave the immortal Vishnu Sahasranam. Vishnu Sahasranam is normally referred as the Nama Sahasram, the 1000 names of Lord Vishnu. It has also got, because while that is the name, but it's not exactly 1000, it is more than that. There are certain repetitions are also there. There is a reason for that, and how it has to be viewed. There are great masters, they have given it. For this Vishnu Sahasranamam to understand, there has been a great bhashyas written by our great acharyas. Srimad Shankaracharya, Shankara Bhagavad has written a great bhashya on that. And then we have also got Parasara Bhattar, Vishtadvaita stream. He has given a great bhashya. His bhashya is also very famous, and people have taken a lot of imports from that bhashya, and that has been followed in most of the places. Then in Vaita stream of thing, Satyasanda Tirtha, he has also written a bhashya on that. Likewise, there are also other masters who have written the bhashyas. All these bhashyas point out to one thing. Why all the great masters, all the acharyas, they have taken it and given a bhashya to the mankind so that the mankind can get the benefit by reciting the holy names of the Lord, the holy name of the primordial power, the holy name of the supreme power, who is the whatever you call, who gives the entire strength and who is giving the life force to everyone, and how he can guide us through the present life, not only the present life, even the life after this life. So it has got such an import, and the entire Vishnu Sahasranam has been given such an importance. They say even if you hear the recital of Vishnu Sahasranamam, that you get the entire benefit and you can get through whatever vicissitudes, whatever problems, whatever obstruction that comes across to your life, and you can elevate yourself to a higher level. We are in a dimension where we are always confused. We can elevate ourselves to another dimension where we will have the clarity personified. We will be able to everything to the perfection as much as possible by the grace of the God, and we will also be able to get the delight of the Lord. So it is Sahasram is not only does mean only as 1000. Sahasram in Sanskrit means not only 1000, it's so many. The one of the etymological meaning that is Sahasarati is Sahasram. Sahasarati, you try to get the divine guna, the divine aspect of the primordial power and get the delight of it. And through that, you elevate yourself. Your mind gets elevated. You are able to confront everything with confidence because you get such a clarity that takes you through the entire process of life. So this answers so many questions that will be coming in our life every now and then. The most important is when you are facing something like this present pandemic, when you don't know what to do, and because when you are constrained by everything, you are just being locked up in your home, the entire lockdown is taking place. This is the most opportune time. The Vishnu Sahasranam will come to your aid, not only in warding off every evil that may be afflicting you, getting your health to the perfection, getting your mental state to the maximum, to get you the clarity, even in such a confounding situation where you don't know what to do, as well give you a sort of a direction how to go about it. This is not only meant for the persons in this country or anything, it is meant for the mankind as it is. Anyone who recites this Vishnu Sahasranamam, anyone who hears this Vishnu Sahasranamam, certainly will get the benefit of it. That is what has been assured in the greatest scripture of Mahabharata through Bhishma in Anusashana Parva in the form of Vishnu Sahasranama to Yudhishthira in the presence of Lord Krishna himself and in the presence of great sage Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. He is an avatar of Lord himself in his presence. With such a wonderful circumstances, fully circumstances in which it has been given, it carries the power all through. So with this particular aspect of it, we will proceed, because how to go about it. It does have, before that we should know the purpose, the context in which it has been recited, how we will have to take it and all. Some of us may not be able to recite the Sanskrit words as it has been given. And sometimes we certainly, because since we don't know the Sanskrit, some of us may not be knowing, some of us may not be understanding the meaning of it. Despite that, once you recite it, once you hear the recital of the Vishnu Sahasranamam, it just takes up all your DNA cells energized to face anything that is coming up in your life. How is it possible? How do you say that? You may ask me. So the entire Vishnu Sahasranamam, it has got another aspect. The Vishnu Sahasranamam, it is Nama Sahasram, what we call it. We have got another scripture called Brihat Sahasra. It is in Rig Veda. It is being normally used in the yajnas, which is being done, yagas, the holy fire, when we offer the offerings for the benefit of the entire mankind that has been followed through proper process. It is called Brihat Sahasra. There is a yajna is there. Brihat Sahasra yajna is normally done in the midday afternoon. So Brihat in the sense, Brihat is a chandas. Chandas is a meter in Sanskrit. There are so many meters. There is a Gayatri, Anushtup, Pushnik, Anushtup, Pankti, Brihati, Jagati. These meters are there. Brihati is the meter which is 36 letters. The Brihati is a meter. It consists of 36 letters. And there are 1000 mantras that is recited in this Brihati when they recite for this yajna, Brihati yajna. So 36 into 1000, that makes it 36,000 letters. This 36,000 letters normally in Sanskrit, a mantra when it is couplet, when it's being written, the swara and vyanjana, there are two aspects of it. So that 36,000 swaras and 36,000 vyanjanas, they make 72,000. This 72,000, it is said, it has been exemplified, it has been proven, the proper process, by our great masters. This 72,000, this entire syllables energize, we are supposed to be having in our bodies 72,000 nadis, that is nodes. The 72,000 nadis get energized. The 72,000 nadis, when it gets energized, you get the full power of the mantra into you, whether you hear it, whether you recite it, whether you do it, with the puja, archana, everything, when you do it, that takes you to the highest level. The 72,000 is such an important aspect of it, because 36,000 and 36,000, it makes 72,000. When we say a person lives for 100 years in Sanatana Dharma, it is 36,000 days and 36,000 nights. Taking 360 days and as the year, it is 36,000 days and 36,000 nights. So it is making 36,000. Throughout your lifetime, you will be getting the enough strength to face the world. And when you are reciting it, 72,000 nodes, nerve nodes, which is in your body, which is called Ida Pingala. So these nadis are there, the Ida Pingala and these nadis together, when they 36,000, they get energized. You get the protection of the grace of the Lord, and you will be cured of anything, any affliction that may be coming to you can be cured of, and you can ward off any affliction also. That is the purpose behind that. So that is why, this is called it has come from Brihati. It has been sage Vyasa, what he has done, since it is not possible everyone to do these great yajnas and all, he has condensed these 36,000, because what we call this Brihat Chandas, each of the words he condensed, entire mantra he condensed into one nama. Likewise, this 1000 Brihat Sahasra, that entire yajna, whatever is there, each mantra is condensed, given the full power into one nama. That 1000 namas, the Nama Sahasram, that makes the great Vishnu Sahasranam. The Vishnu Sahasranam is such a great scripture, such a great nama. The recital of it, which has been given by Krishna Dvaipayana, by condensing the entire Brihat Sahasra, to get ourselves energized and face the world and live healthily, happily all through. We cannot get anything better than that in our lifetime. Not only for us, it is for mankind. Anyone can take up and recite the Vishnu Sahasranamam. It doesn't have any restriction. You can recite anywhere, any point of time, Kala Desa Vartamana, there is no restriction at all. All that you have to do is you have to be maintaining the personal hygiene as well as the mental hygiene. We try to maintain the personal hygiene. We take bath, we clean ourselves. But are we cleaning our mind? Presumably Vishnu Sahasranam will help us. And this will take us to the wonderful way in which we can lead the life and meet any calamity or any affliction that may be coming to us, and we can sail through. It is the raft for us to get through the entire life and give us the blissful existence in this world. This is the prelude, I wanted to give it for the Vishnu Sahasranamam. Afterwards, next week onwards, we will be looking into each name and the significance of each name, how it is going to reflect as well as take us to the higher level and how it is going to benefit. Reciting the name is good, but knowing the meaning is much more helpful in getting the delight of it. When Mahaperiyawal, Sri Chandrasekharananda Saraswati Swami of Kamakoti Matam, who was the Paramacharya is called, he was asked, can it be recited by people without knowing the meaning? He said, look, any mantra you can recite with a total devotion that will give you the sense of surrender to the primordial power, that itself is good enough. Then once you recite it, you give the treasure of that entire, it's like a treasure trove, you will be getting it. And once you understand the meaning, the treasure trove, at any point of time, you can open it. Once you understand the meaning, you get the delight of it. You get into a dimension which is unknown to you, that takes you to the bliss. Such a wonderful hymns that has been given to by our masters and has been advised by our great sages. Currently, like Mahaperiyawal and all other great masters, and Prativati Bhayangar Mannangacharya has written a beautiful Bhashyam of this Parasara Bhatta's Bhashya, which is in Tamil. So all of us can enjoy the benefit of the entire Vishnu Sahasranam. If every day, if we can recite, there is nothing like that. If at least if we can listen to that, that will give us the benefit. With this, we will take a vow that we will try to have the Vishnu Sahasranam part of our life throughout the life, every day, if not every week, if not every month, if not every time, whenever possible. With this, I will try to conclude today's session. Thank you very much. Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Punaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vatitamastu Vishvidavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.